Q2. Welcome to the next part of this year. And listen, if you have been trying to get traction for your course since January and it just hasn't been happening, this video is for you. If you've been trying to figure out why your course isn't moving, why it isn't getting traction, what are you not doing right? I want you to sit down and take a seat. We're going to get into it today because today starts Q2. It begins a new chapter and a new opportunity to get your course in front of the people who actually want it, need it, are looking for it, but they can't find you. They don't know how to find you. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why and how to fix that. Okay. So if you have been struggling to get your course in front of the right people, maybe you have been trying to figure out how to still get it in front of consumers, the everyday person who might need your program or your course. And you've been saying, listen, I am a little bit tired of trying to sell one course at a time. Maybe that's what you're doing. If that's what you're doing, that's one of the reasons that you are not getting the traction that you're looking for. That is one of the reasons that you are, sorry, people are already trying to reach out to me. Um, that is one of the reasons that you are not getting the traction that you're looking for. And we're going to talk about what you need to do in order to get that traction that you're looking for. I know that you have probably been on LinkedIn, you have probably been on Facebook or even TikTok trying to figure out, hey, how do I break through the noise? How do I get my course in front of the right people? I know that you probably have an expertise that is proven. Either you've proven it by what you've been able to accomplish or what you've been able to help other people to accomplish. And that's amazing. But what happens when you can't get it in front of the right people, when you don't know how to get it seen? And I know that that can be frustrating, especially in this environment, especially with the things that are going on today. And you're trying to figure out, how do I break through the algorithm? Or I don't want to spend a bunch of money trying to get my course advertised on Facebook or spend advertising dollars or all of that, because none of that is guaranteed. It's risky. What do I do? What do I do? Well, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a strategy. Throwing things at the wall to just see if they stick, that is not a strategy. It means that you have to be really intentional about where you spend your time, where you spend your dollars, quite frankly, and where you're putting your course, because it matters. It really matters. As we know, the course industry is over $300 billion per year. Somebody is buying courses, okay? They are buying training. And the problem is not your expertise. It's not your training. It's not what you know. And it's not that people don't want it. They do want it. The disconnect is that you are not, you are not where they need to be. They are not where you know where they are. And we're going to get into why that is. Now, if this is your first time joining me and I'm new to you and you're just now finding me on your timeline, or you're not sure where you found me, but you did find me and this is the conversation that you need to be in. My name is Kat Dunn, also known as Cat the Course Builder, across social media. I have an agency where we help businesses to build amazing programs and trainings for their employees, for their staff, for their leaders. We also help subject matter experts just like you to get your courses business grade, business level, so that you can offer them for licensing, to get paid in bulk and upfront from businesses, nonprofits, and schools. We have a unique opportunity to bring together both of those entities, the businesses who need those training programs and the subject matter experts like you who have those programs. And so, a lot of times you all cannot find each other. You don't know where each other resides, and you're relying on word of mouth, or do you know somebody, or, spending a lot of time over on LinkedIn trying to figure out, needle in a haystack, no system, no strategy, just, over there on LinkedIn trying to, I don't know, figure out who needs training. That is not going to work. That's not going to work. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not going to work because these companies do not advertise in general. They are not going to tell you that we need training. We need courses in this area. Our leaders need training. Our frontline staff needs training. Our customer service agents, our admins who are struggling with productivity need training. They're not going to say that on LinkedIn. In general, they're not. And the reason that they're not is because it opens them up for a whole bunch of stuff. There are legal ramifications. There are human resources ramifications. They are trying to recruit the best people. They don't necessarily want to say, we have an issue with our leaders. We have an issue with our customer service. They don't necessarily want to say that. They don't want to say that because it might open them up for lawsuits. People that they're having to get rid of may use that information against them. So there are a whole myriad of reasons why companies are not going to be quick to get on LinkedIn to say, I need training. Are you there? We don't have that capacity within our companies. We don't have that capacity within our business, and we're looking for it. Okay. They're not going to go over on Udemy for this. No, Udemy can't handle this. No, they're not going to go to LinkedIn Learning. They're not, because they don't want off the shelf training for their challenges. For their challenges, they need people like you who have been doing this for years and years, who can come into their organizations and provide the kind of expert level training that their people really need, right? They're not looking for something off of LinkedIn. And I love LinkedIn Learning. I really like it. I don't really care for Udemy that much. I'm going to tell you. Okay. But it's, I don't know. For me, it's kind of like the Walmart of courses, but you didn't hear that from me. You kind of did, but whatever. But I do like LinkedIn Learning. But in my experience working with companies like Uber Eats and Walmart and the federal government and Verizon and Ocean Spray, and the list goes on and on and on, working with those kinds of organizations, they might have LinkedIn Learning to check a box, but they're not going to LinkedIn Learning in order to really affect change and bring about outcomes in their business. They're just not. They're not sending their leaders over to LinkedIn Learning or Udemy saying, we're trying to improve our leaders' ability to lead, go over and take a couple of courses on Udemy. No, they're not doing that. So how is it that they find the people that they're looking for, the expertise that they're looking for? They are on the phone talking to colleagues. They are going to curated small rooms, small groups with people that they trust, people that they know, that they feel like they can be more transparent about the needs and what it takes to actually get them to say yes to courses or about courses. They're not going to advertise it in public spaces like LinkedIn. That doesn't mean you can't find and connect with people on LinkedIn. Let's be clear. You absolutely can. But it's a little bit different in terms of strategy when they don't put up a sign saying, hey, we need training, we need courses, we need this, we need that, because they're not going to do that for the reasons that I mentioned before. Right? So then the question becomes, what do I do? How do I find these people? How do I let them know? Sorry, y'all, my light is falling down. How do I let them know that I have something that they need? You got to be where they are, plain and simple. You have to be in those curated spaces where they are talking about how to get to the yes with them, where they congregate. They are not necessarily going to, they're not going to invite you necessarily, because in those curated rooms, they wouldn't have an opportunity to invite you into, because a lot of times they were invited. So you wouldn't even necessarily know about those rooms. You wouldn't even know that they exist. And so that is why I put together Course Connects. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I know that it's difficult for you. I know that it's hard to even know about these rooms, to know where are people having these conversations. Sorry, y'all, my team is logging in. Where are they having these conversations? Where is it happening so that I can show up? Well, guess what? You can't just show up. In most cases, you cannot just knock on the door and say, hey, I'm here. Can I come in? I got something that you really, really need. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So the reason why I put together Course Connects is because I know that as you are moving into Q2, you are still trying to answer the question, how do I get closer to the yes? How do I get closer and to let people know that what I have? I put this together because human resources professionals, they are the ones who go out to learning and development teams externally and internally to build the capacity within organizations that the C-suite is saying that they need and that they want. Okay, the CEO is coming to their human resources business partners, their human resources managers, directors, and they are saying, listen, we need for our leaders to be able to take our company to this place. We need for our customer service reps to go beyond just technical training. We need for them to be able to do certain things. And we don't have that capacity built into our organization right now, right? That is what they're telling HR professionals. And HR professionals have a lot of pressure on them to bring in this level of training and courses, right? So these are the people that you need to be connecting with. If you didn't know that, now you know. So how does this connect to the LinkedIn issue that you're having? You're going to connect to LinkedIn professionals who are HR, who have HR in their title, learning and development in their title. But the thing is, you don't know if they need courses, and you don't know what courses they need. That's the problem. So you're kind of shooting in the dark initially. So when you come to an event where they are already in the room, that gets you closer to the yes faster. Now you can reach out on LinkedIn and say, hey, I saw you here. I saw you talking about your challenge here. I have something that I think would help. Okay. Now, Course Connects is about not quite halfway full yet. Okay. For those who have signed up for Course Connects, it is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, June 13th, Saturday. I made it on a Saturday so that most people do not have to take off from work. Okay. So that most people do not have to take off from work. It's on a Saturday. And it's a full day of being in the room with course decision makers from organizations that say yes or no. But what you want to do is make sure that you are in the room where those conversations are happening. Like I said, small rooms, big conversations. This is not for you if you are looking for a pitch fest where you can just walk around the room throwing cards at everybody. This is not that. This is not that. This is a professional business event, a professional business environment where you're going to, be able to ask questions of people like the global chair for NAAA HR. NAAA HR has over 40,000 members globally of HR professionals who write checks. The global chair is on our panel at Course Connects. He came to Course Connects in January and he spilled the tea, and he's coming back in person in June. And he's going to be on our stage talking about how to get to the yes. Now, there will be presenters there. Okay. When we have Course Connects, we have a small number of people who are allowed to present their training or course ideas to the panel. Okay. They get a chance to do that. But it's a very small group because this is not a pitch fest. If you are interested in being a presenter at Course Connects and you want to get your presentation about your course in front of these decision makers, which ones? These right here. You see these people right here? These are the people who are going to be evaluating the presentations. This is not Shark Tank. They are not there to beat anybody up. They are there to help you get closer to the yes. They are there to help you to get the inside scoop on what they and others are looking for in courses for businesses. Now, we already have 7 presenters that are going to be presenting their courses to the panelists. Okay. If you want to be a presenter, I want you to reach out to me directly. Around this video, y'all find me. I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to find. Reach out, private message, and let me know. Okay? We typically do not do more than 8 presenters for Course Connects. Okay? So that means we have 1 more spot left if you want to be a presenter. Okay? If you do, reach out to me. If you feel like, you know, I'm not really ready to present, but I definitely want to be in the room where these people are, then you can click the link around this video to join us for Course Connects. I'm going to go ahead and put the link down in the chat. I actually forgot to put the link up. You can believe that, but I did. But I'm going to grab the link in just a moment. Okay. Put the date on your calendar, June 13th. I am bringing not only the global chair from NAAA HR, I am also bringing the president of ATD. Now, if you don't know ATD, that's okay. I don't necessarily expect you to know what ATD is or what it stands for, but I'm getting ready to tell you. But the president of ATD will be on our stage June 13th. Why is he there? And what is ATD? ATD is the Association of Talent Development. It is a national organization for learning and development professionals. The president of ATD Atlanta will be right here on our stage June 13th. Why is he there? He is there to hear from you, take your questions, and to talk about how to get your course to the yes. You've been wanting to know. You've been trying to figure out how I move my course forward. How do I get traction? I want to understand. Be in the room. Be in the room. The president of ATD Atlanta, Tim Brown, is going to be on our stage. ATD was also at Course Connects in January. Why are they coming back? Most of the speakers that y'all see here are repeats. I'm just telling you, most of the speakers that you see here are Course Connects repeat panelists. Why are they coming back? They're coming back because they want to meet you. They are not going to advertise on LinkedIn. They want to see who is out there with programs and courses and trainings that they might could use for their leadership teams, for their admin staff, for their customer service, for their frontline people, for whomever it is. And they want to share with you the inside scoop. These people really do care about getting quality courses and trainings out there. And they know what it takes. Dr. Henderson, who I told you was going to be on our stage, the global chair for NAAA HR, he was sharing how they procured a huge contract with Amtrak. He gave all the deets inside the room. You think he's going to share that on LinkedIn? He's not going to share that on LinkedIn. He's not going to share that on LinkedIn, but he will share it at Course Connects. This is not some presentation and then everybody's trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. That's not this. That is not this. And I'm not sharing this with you because I want you to be impressed by the names and the titles. I want you to be clear about who makes the decisions, because these people are quiet. They are behind the scenes. You're not necessarily going to see these people. They're not going to raise their hand. They are not going to advertise. what they need, what they're looking for. They're not going to tell you that. You have to be where they are. So I'm bringing them to you. You have an official invitation to be in a room that you otherwise would not even know about. These people are in rooms that by and large, they don't advertise. They just tell the people, and if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. You're going to get a chance to be in the room. You're going to get a chance to be in the room with the and learning and development executive director at the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Atlanta. That's Kavina. She's on there. Kavina's up there in the red. She's going to be on the stage. So for those of you all who've been saying, I got a program that's great for kids. I got a program that would be great for parents. How do I get it in front of the Boys and Girls Club? What's the process? She's going to be in the room. She's going to be in the flesh on the stage. June 13th, Saturday, June 13th. You got a question? You can ask it. This is going to be a situation where you're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to be able to talk to them. And I am going to be talking to them fireside chat style. This is not listen to my presentation and then buy stuff from me. That's not what this is. That is not this. I want you to come dressed to have business conversations about your program. Do you have to have your program ready? No. See, that's the difference from consumer conversations. The difference is these people don't expect your course to be put in front of them. They expect to have a conversation. They just want to talk to you. They want to consult with you. They want to understand what you have to offer them, and they want to have they want to talk. And then you go back and you implement what they're saying to you, and then you come back to them. That's how it goes. That's the difference. So this is not like consumers who expect you to have, I pay you $97, give me a course. That's not this. This is professional people who want to have a conversation with you about what you know and how you can help their company and their business move forward. What are they buying? They are buying courses on help my team be more productive. They are buying courses on help my leaders be better leaders. They are buying courses on artificial intelligence, training on how to use it, how to integrate it into their businesses and their companies, how to use digital media, how to help my teams with mindset, wellness. Those are the kinds of things they're purchasing. How can I help them to feel more empowered with the benefits that we do have for them? With finance, budgeting, retirement, all those things. How do I help them to feel better, to look better, to be better? How do I help them with that? So if you have a program, you don't have to have it done. You just have to be willing to have a conversation with people about it in the room. You can't have a conversation if you're not there. That's why Course Connects exists. Let me put the link over here because y'all probably like, child, you talking about it? Would you please be about it? All right, let me get the link. I'm going to put it over here. So you can get this link around this video, right? Whether you're catching this on TT, on FB, on YT, on any other things. Matter of fact, let me come on over here and see if y'all are talking to me. Hey, y'all. Y'all say hey to your girl. All right. I just put the link right there in the chat. Okay. I see some of you all are joining from YT. I see some of you all are joining from FB. I didn't even know y'all were over there. I'm glad I came over there. Nice to see you all. All right. So if you have been looking for that opportunity, your course has not been getting traction, you don't know how to put it in front of the right people, I want you to consider coming, like Nicole Johnson did. Okay, Nicole was a presenter at Course Connects in January, and I'm going to share a video with you guys about what happened when Nicole came to Course Connects. Okay, so let me go ahead and play her video. Here we go.
Hey you guys, I hope this video finds you doing well. I wanted to stop by and share some information about an event I attended just a week ago today. Last Tuesday on January 27th, I had the pleasure of being a presenter at Course Connects hosted by Kat the Course Builder. If you're not following her, let me share some information. You need to go on over to her Facebook page. The information on Course Connects from January 27th, the first one of 2026, is listed on her page. Go over there and check it out. Check out the details and the instruction on how you can get more information about the event that'll be coming up in June. But I want to give a shout out to Kat the Course Builder. Like there are so many coaches and gurus and things of that nature in the world, and some of them are absolutely amazing. And I just want to give her flowers while she is here. I'm so excited to have been a participant that I printed out the sheet. Look, I kept a sheet of all the people who were there representing various organizations that were there at Course Connects. And I had an absolute amazing time. It was one of those adventures where so many of us on the outside are saying, I don't ever know how or what it takes to get my business in front of the check writers, the person that has the power of the pen. But not only did we get in front of those businesses, not only did we get in front of those stakeholders, we also had the opportunity to get immediate feedback on how to get the yes. Let me say that again, because you missed that. So that went over somebody's head. So I'm going to say it again. We had the opportunity to not only be able to present, because this was not a pitching competition, this was a presentation opportunity. We had the opportunity to put our business in front of stakeholders who are responsible for the power of the pen. They actually have that credit card to go or put it on an invoice to make somebody's financial situation say ching ching. All right, we had the opportunity to present our business and then get on the spot feedback as to what they liked, what could have been done better, and how to get to the yes. So that in and of itself was amazing and invaluable. But let me share with you what has happened to me in the past week. I had the opportunity to do some follow up with one of these, actually, some of these stakeholders. Okay. Some of these stakeholders. I was hosted in a meeting today with one of them, actually had the opportunity to say, here's what we need. Here's how we think that your business can fulfill that need. And let's meet together again next week with the final person and let's pull this all together. Kat, the Course Builder, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you doesn't even seem to be enough. It doesn't even seem to be sufficient. So listen, you guys, I'm on cloud nine because my goal for my business was to get in front of these stakeholders so that I could hear what was needed to get the yes and then move forward with getting the yes. And she put that opportunity in front of me. And because I stepped out to say yes to exposing myself, exposing my business on the B2B level, not B2C, on the B2B level for the first major time. and to actually have the stakeholders say, let's position you so we can move forward. Absolute amazing experience, but in 7 days, 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If y'all don't get in Course Connect, it's going to be live June 13th in Atlanta. Go right over here, follow her page, follow the instructions on her page to connect with her to find out how you can be in that room. Because if you don't, your 2026 may not end how you want it to. January 27th, 7 days ago, I was wishing and hoping for an opportunity. 7 days later, it's presented itself. All because I said yes to me. Kat Dunn, thank you so very much for this opportunity. And I am encouraging any other business owner who wants that same chance. Don't miss Course Connects in June, live in Atlanta. You just don't want to miss it. You better be there. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to being able to give more reports on the advancement of the Wealthy Women lifestyle.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. Listen, you all, Course Connects is no joke. It is the place that you want to be in June for one powerful day, one powerful opportunity to be in the room with real decision makers, people who are in these spaces, who have connection and experience and know-how, and they're willing to share it with you. This is not one of those, no shade, no shade, but I'm just saying, this is not one of those events where it's all about, the celebrity in the room. Okay. It's not all about, who can we bring that's some multi-gazillion dollar celebrity to wow you and make you feel like as long as you're breathing their air, it'll rub off on you. This is not that. This is not that. This is real people who are doing the work, who are approving trainings, who are producing trainings, and who want to meet you, who want to understand how your course can affect change within organizations. One of the other people that's going to be at Course Connect, his name is Ronte Walker, and he is executive director for the Workforce Development Council. Now, he is not the only executive director of workforce development here in Atlanta, but he is one of the main ones. And he is going to be on our stage at Course Connects in June. Why is that important to you? That's important to you if you want to get your courses in front of businesses, because businesses go to workforce development councils in order to find out how they get training courses in different areas. Workforce development, think about the name, okay? Every county in the country has some kind of workforce development council. Do you know how to work with them? Do you know how to get in with them? Do you know how to present your programs, your trainings? Do you know what they're looking for in order for them to talk to businesses about you? Well, Mr. Walker is going to be in the room, on the stage, talking to you about your program and how to actually get it done, how to get closer to the yes with workforce development councils. Listen, I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Okay. All I can do is bring it to you. I hope that you'll join us. I hope that you'll step out and take a chance on you and be in the room in Atlanta, June 13th. Go ahead, click the link around this video. If you've got questions, reach out to me. If you want to be a presenter, reach out to me. Y'all know how to reach me. Direct message me, or you can email me, kat@katthecoursebuilder.com. Okay. There may not even be any spaces left, but this is not for somebody who is sitting there doubting and sitting on the fence. It's really not. This is for somebody who said, you know what, I'm gonna press my way through and make sure I'm there. Not only am I going to be there, I'm going to share my program, but at the very least, I'm going to be in the room. At the very least, I'm going to press my way. I'm Kat Dunn, you guys, also known as Kat the Course Builder across social media. And this is for you. It's not for me, it's for you. So, that's all I have, y'all. That's all I have. I hope to see you there. Okay. You have questions? Let me know. Okay. Otherwise, y'all stay on course. Stay on course for what you know is your purpose. Okay. Hope to see you in Atlanta in June. See you soon.